Hello friends. Here, I have connected an RFID reader module to the NodeMCU. When a card holder scans his RFID card, then his attendance data will be stored in the Google Sheets automatically, such as attendance date, time, and cardholder name. So let's understand how I have created this project. First, go to the description of this video. Here, click on this link. Soon, my GitHub account will open. Here, you can see all the files that are required for this project, such as code and wiring diagram. Next step is to create a Google Sheet. For that, log into Google Sheets using your Google account. Here, create a blank sheet. The sheet is created. Next, we will use first column for date. Second column will be used for attendance time. And the third column will be used to store the name of the card holder. Next, go to Extensions and then App Script. Here, we will write code for our Google Sheet. The code is available on my GitHub account. Here, open sheet.js file. Select all the code and then copy it. Now, move back to the script editor and paste the code here. Next, we will make some changes in the code. First, enter your sheet ID here. You can get the sheet ID from the Google Sheet that we have already created. Here, in the address bar of the web browser, you can see I have highlighted the sheet ID. Just copy it. Then, move back to the script editor and paste the sheet ID here. Next, enter your country time zone here. You can search your country time zone from Google search results. Next, here I have created the date and time for the attendance system. Next, I am reading the cardholder name from NodeMCU. And below this block of code just store the date, time, and cardholder name in Google spreadsheet. And the last thing, click on Save button to save the code. Now the code is ready. We will deploy this code by clicking on New Deployment. Here, click on Settings. And then select Web App. Then select anyone from who has access. Now, click on Deploy button to deploy the code. Then click on Authorize Access. And then, select your Google account. Then, click on Advance. Then, go to Untitled Project Unsaved. Then click on Allow button. Soon, the web app URL will be created. You just copy this URL. This URL will be used to store data in our Google Sheet. First, we will test this URL. So, enter the URL in the address bar of the web browser. Next, enter the question mark, then name, and then equals. The last thing, enter any name you want to store in the column C, and then press enter. Here, you can see the name is stored in column C. Let's verify it from the Google Sheet. Here, you can see the name is updated in column C, along with the date and time. So, we will use this URL in the code. And NodeMCU will use this URL to send the attendance data to Google Sheet. Next, let's take a look at wiring diagram. Here I have connected the RFID module to NodeMCU. And I have also used a buzzer. The buzzer will beep automatically when you scan an RFID tag. I have already connected all the components as per circuit diagram. My buzzer is get damaged, so I will not use buzzer in demonstration. Let's move to the coding of the project. First, we need to store the cardholder name in the RFID card. For that, open this file, cardholdername.ino. Here, select and copy all the code. Then go to Arduino IDE and paste the code here. Save it with some name. Now first, store the cardholder name in the RFID card. For that, here I have write the name Ahmad Logs. And this code will store the Ahmad Logs on RFID card. You can write any name that you want to store in the RFID card. Make sure the maximum length of name is 16 characters. And blank spaces are not allowed in the name. So, I have used underscore instead of blank space. Now, I will upload the code to NodeMCU. The code is uploaded. Now open serial monitor. Here, you can see the message, scan your card. So, bring the card close to the RFID reader. Here, you can see the card is detected. And below, you can see the name, Ahmad Logs, is stored on RFID card successfully. So this way, you can store names on each RFID card. Next, we will make a program that will read the data from the card, and then that data will be sent to Google Sheets. So, again go to my GitHub account. Here, you can see the file, rfidattendance.ino. Just open it. Select and copy all the code. And then go to Arduino IDE. And paste the code here. And then, save the file with some name. So this is the main program that will send data to Google Spreadsheet. Here, first you need to install MFRC522 library. This library is required to work with RFID reader module. You can install it from the library manager. Here, search for MFRC522. Here, you can see the library is installed. I am using version 1.4.1. Next, I have defined RST pin and SDA pin for RFID reader. Next, I have defined the buzzer pin as D2. Next below. Here enter your Google Sheet URL. So, entered the URL that we have tested before. Make sure you must have written the question mark, then name, and then equals at the end of the URL. Next, here you need to enter the fingerprint of your Google Sheet. This fingerprint is required for secure HTTPS connection to the Google Sheet server. You can get the fingerprint from our spreadsheet. Here, you can see a lock icon. Just click on it. Then, connection is secure. Then, certificate is valid, and a dialog box will appear. Here, click on Details tab. Now, scroll down to the end. Here, you can see the thumbprint. This thumbprint variable holds the fingerprint data that we have used in the code. Keep in mind, you cannot use this fingerprint lifetime. Each fingerprint has an expiry date. So, before the expiry date, you need to update the fingerprint in the code. Next, I have used this fingerprint in the code. Here, I have split this fingerprint in 1 byte parts. And then, I have put each byte in the fingerprint array. Like this. Next, enter your Wi-Fi SSID and password. Next, here I have defined a string variable cardholder name. When we scan the RFID card, then the cardholder name will be stored in this variable. Below is the rest of the code. I will not explain all the code. If you have any issue, then tell me in the comments. I will try to solve it. Now, the code is ready. Just go to the Tools menu and select the board as NodeMCU. Then, click on Upload button to upload the code. After uploading the code, open Serial Monitor. Here, first the project will connect to the Wi-Fi network. You can see the connection is successful. Now, scan the RFID tag. Here, you can see the name stored in the tag. And then below, you can see the status code 302. It's mean, the data is sent to the Google Sheet successfully. Now, go to the Google Sheet. Here you can see, the name, attendance time, and date is stored successfully. Next, I have another RFID tag. And I have already stored a name on it. Here, you can see the status code 302. It's mean the data is stored in the Google Sheet. That's all. This is for today. If you have any question, then comment below. See you in the next video. Bye.